Hi, today we are going to cover about job setups in CNC new product development. It is very important to know about job setup in new product development. If you could take, what is very important is when you take any component, most of the component are made out of castings or forging. From there you are going to machine it. What is very important is if you take aerospace, or molten die, they will do it from the raw block, maybe a big rectangular block, or maybe from billet they used to do that. When you take the traditional manufacturing for automobile or maybe any other heavy engineering, they will all do it from casting or forging to they will do the machining. For what is very important is as you are all new product development engineers, or which you like to know new product development, it is very important for the people should overall, the engineers overall in new product development, to know about you after studying the drawing. You have to compare both casting and machine model as well as the drawing, and you should decide based on the machine what you have in the factory, and then you have to decide whether it can be done with the turning as well as machining center, whether VMC or HMC, or if you take turning or turn mill, you have all this you should decide. First of all, you should compare. If you take these two components, maybe this you have to decide that can you do it in the turning, and this is basically a raw material block and this is a final block. It's very difficult for you to do the entire operation like this because generally what the people used to do is they have a I'm going to show it in the things. You cannot do it with a single setup. You need to do the same operation in two setup, because you have to hold the component in the chuck, wherein which you need to have a space for that. Then that's the reason you have to do some operation in the first setup, rotate it and keep it in the job in the second setup. So this is how you are going to see that. If you look at it, we are trying to hold the component in the chuck. In the first setup, you will be finishing these are all the operations, and in the second setup, you rotate the component, hold it here, and then you are going to turn, finish this particular job. Some of the other example for your understanding, multiple setup. If you take, this is the raw material. It's like a rectangular block or maybe a square block, which look like, if you look at it, this is my raw material and this is my finished. If you look at it in the top, you have some operation. Here also you have some operation. We need to see all other side also you might be having operations. All the side if you look at it. So this is my input and this is my output. For what you want to do is, when if you look at it, when you want to do this type of jobs, you should see that this is a first setup which you can perform all these jobs. In the second setup, you have to rotate the component. You have to rotate the component and keep it like this. So this phase will come here, and there is a job which is there at this one, it will come here. So this is a second setup. Then you can perform all this operation. Then you have to further index in the opposite, maybe the same, you have to index it like this. Then you will get, it's in the bottom actually. For you have to rotate like this. Then this will come here, and the same way you will get the component on the top. For what is very important for you is it has a multiple setups wherein which you have to perform these operations in three setups basically. And the beauty is if you have a rotary table, the job is become very easy, or otherwise you have to do the multiple setups. So you have to first study the drawing and model, then accordingly which you have to index the component and which you have to do that. This is basically on the rotary table, and in this we have a various type. It's a simple 90-degree rotation, or this is with a different level of indexing. It's like your cradle also, which you can do that. In this also you have a 5-axis positioning, which you can do it. This rotates and this also will rotate. For all these options are available, which you can get it. There are famous brand manufacturer of rotary tables are available. For now, what I am going to do is the same example which I am going to show you. So this is a single setup. Now the same job what you have seen earlier with 3 setups, now you are going to do with a single setup. That's give you the clear idea. So this is a rotary table. It's performing the first job. First side it's doing, then it will index it. Now it's going to do the normal packeting and drilling is doing. Then it will index automatically in the 90 degree. So this is a cradle type, and which you can perform or able to see. This is 5-axis positioning. It's indexing, it's rotating, and it will index further also. So this is 5-axis positioning rotary table. Then it's doing the other side operation. Then it will further index into 180 degree or 90 degree. It's rotating in 180 degree and it's performing the operation. If you look at it, if you have this rotary table with a single setup loading, the job will be finished. One is your setup time will be saved. The second one is error will be eliminated.